Do you ever catch yourself overanalyzing things? Or maybe you have difficulty maintaining your attention on the job at hand. These might suggest that you have ADHD, a mental health condition affecting both children and grown-ups. So let's look into the 13 signs that you might have ADHD. The first sign is starting multiple tasks but rarely completing them. If you have ADHD, you might find yourself constantly starting new tasks or projects. You might get really excited about a new idea and jump into it right away. However, as you work on it, something else catches your attention and you switch to that new task. This cycle continues, leaving many of your projects unfinished. 2. Overthinking. Overthinking is another common sign of ADHD. You might find yourself obsessing over small details, replaying past conversations, or worrying about future events. This mental noise makes it difficult to focus on one thing at a time. It's like trying to read a book while 100 people are talking to you simultaneously, which ends up leaving you mentally drained. 3. Continuous struggle to concentrate on one thing. Concentrating on a single task can be extremely challenging for someone with ADHD. The mind is constantly being pulled in different directions, making it hard to stay on one task for long. Even if you want to concentrate, distractions, whether external like noises or internal like wandering thoughts, keep breaking your focus. This struggle makes completing tasks or even simple activities like reading a book or following a conversation difficult. 4. Heightened emotional response. People with ADHD often experience emotions more intensely than others. This means they might feel both joy and sadness far more deeply. When something good happens, the happiness can be overwhelming and all-consuming. On the other side, when something goes wrong, the sadness or frustration can feel unbearable. For instance, a small achievement might bring immense joy and excitement, while a minor setback might lead to intense disappointment or anger. These heightened emotional responses can sometimes seem out of proportion to the situation, making it hard to manage feelings and reactions. The 5th sign involves physical symptoms. ADHD doesn't just affect the mind. It can also cause physical symptoms. People with ADHD might experience an elevated heart rate and excessive sweating, especially on their hands. This constant state of unease can lead to anxiety that is physically uncomfortable. Imagine feeling nervous before a big presentation, but instead of that feeling going away after the event, it lingers throughout the day. Your heart races, your palms sweat, and you feel a general sense of discomfort. These physical symptoms can make it hard to relax and can add to the overall stress and anxiety experienced by someone with ADHD. Having ADHD, it's not just a mental challenge, but a whole body experience. The 6th sign is a feeling of disorientation. People with ADHD often feel disoriented, much like trying to find their way in a pitch-dark maze with no visible path. This constant sense of being lost and confused can be very unsettling. Tasks that seem straightforward to others can feel overwhelmingly complex. You might struggle to remember where you left off, lose track of time, or forget important steps in a process. This mental fog makes navigating daily life difficult, leading to mistakes and missed deadlines. The feeling of disorientation can contribute to anxiety and frustration, as it's hard to feel in control when everything seems confusing and out of reach. The 7th sign is the tendency to talk incessantly and interrupt conversations. This is due to the continuous of thoughts and ideas that individuals with ADHD have, making it hard for them to listen and wait their turn in conversations. The 8th symptom is difficulty following instructions. This isn't because of a lack of intellect or disobedience, but rather a struggle to maintain focus, making it hard to understand and follow through with tasks. The 9th sign is engagement in risk-taking or dangerous behavior. People with ADHD may have trouble evaluating the risks of their actions. This can lead them to behave recklessly, often without the potential consequences. The 10th sign is forgetfulness. If you often misplace things or forget about them, it could be a sign of ADHD. This can lead to frustration and difficulties in day-to-day life. The 11th symptom is impulsivity. People with ADHD often act without thinking about the results of their actions. This impulsivity can lead to making hasty decisions or saying things without considering the consequences. For example, you might interrupt someone during a conversation, make an impulsive purchase, or take risks without fully weighing the potential outcomes. This behavior isn't intentional, but rather a result of difficulty in self-regulation. Acting on impulse can lead to problems in relationships, work, or school, as others may see it as reckless or inconsiderate. Understanding this sign can help in managing it better and finding strategies to pause and think before acting. 12th sign is an inability to focus on small details. This often results in careless errors in tasks like schoolwork or professional assignments, causing difficulties in maintaining consistent performance. This difficulty in paying attention to details can lead to frustration and feelings of inadequacy, as these mistakes are often perceived as careless by others. Lastly, an interesting aspect of ADHD is hyperfocus. Despite struggling with focus, people with ADHD often experience hyperfocus, a state where they can intensely concentrate on a task for a long time. They may become so absorbed that they lose track of time and other obligations, especially when engaged in activities they find stimulating or enjoyable. Hyperfocus can be a powerful tool for productivity and creativity, though it sometimes leads to neglecting other tasks. To conclude, it's important to note there are two main types of ADHD, one related to inattention and the other related to hyperactivity. Sometimes a person can have a combination of both. This adds another layer of complexity to understanding and managing this mental health condition. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more health-related content.